Number 12. Eyeball tattoo. Tattoos are an amazing way of showing off your unique personality, and 24-year-old Amber Luke from Australia definitely believed that. Luke has spent over $26,000 on tattoos, piercings, and other body modifications. She never imagined that one tattoo decision could disable her. What happened? Well, she went blind. Luke, who calls herself Blue Eyes White Dragon, sweet name Luke, went in to get an eyeball tattoo. Yes, you can actually get tattoos on your eyeballs. The session proved to be a torturous ordeal. She has over 200 tattoos all over her body, but says the eyeball tattoo was the most painful of them all. In the procedure, blue ink had been injected all over the whites of her eyes. She was no stranger to the pain, but things took a dangerous turn when the tattoo artist went too deep into her sclera. The syringe was inserted 4 times in each eye. We can't handle an eyelash making its way into our eyes. Imagine what a syringe could feel like. She described the pain as feeling as if the tattoo artist had rubbed 10 shards of glass directly into her eye. If done properly, the procedure shouldn't cause any issues with one's sight, but Luke was left blinded for 3 weeks. Since then, Luke has given up on the idea of getting any more extreme body modifications done. However, she does plan to be covered in tattoos by the time she's 25. That's some determination. Number 11. Flee the scene. When you decide to get the tattoo, it's not just the design that matters. What shop you go to get it done matters a lot too. Shops that have been around for a long time and have satisfied customers to vouch for their artist's work is probably where you want to go. But one guy chose to dive headfirst into a pool of mistakes. He chose to get his first tattoo done at a shop that had only been open for a few months. His tattoo artist was talented and did the job well, but despite that, he had an extra line coming from the center of the piece. Can you guess why? When the artist was tattooing him, a flea jumped out from his dreadlocks and straight onto the stencil. Probably the flea wanted to contribute to the art. Number 10. Eye of the tiger. Even a tiny mistake feels like a lot when it comes to tattoos, because it's going to stay on your skin forever. So you can imagine what this man might be feeling with a full back tattoo of a deformed-looking tiger. He went into a shop with the idea to get a Japanese-style tiger on his back. The tattoo artist told him it could be done. Everyone who saw the tattoo deemed that was a lie. We don't know about a tiger, but the final result came out looking like a cat that was run over, with mismatched eyes and botched proportions. We wouldn't be surprised if a 3rd grader claimed credit for the artwork. The only saving grace for the tattoo is that it's going to be a great conversation starter. Number 9. Galaxy. The star-studded sky and the pristine colors of the galaxy. Who doesn't love a good celestial-themed tattoo? This might look amazing, but the hard work that goes behind the seamless blend is colossal, to say the least. This is why you should always look at your tattoo artist's previous work before finalizing them. Could you imagine going in with a beautiful reference picture and enduring pain for hours, only to look in the mirror and see the exact opposite of what you wanted? A woman went to a tattoo artist and said she wanted the galaxy tatted on her chest. Can you picture a beautiful cosmic scene? Well, so did she, but that's not what she got. Definitely not. It looks like the tattoo artist was going for gummy worms instead of a galaxy. The streaky shapes and the harsh lines looked beyond repair. And with the size and placement of the tattoo, we feel sorry for the lady who had to sit through the session only to get a splattered mess instead. Number 8. Forbidden fruit. For a change, it's not the tattoo artist's fault. It just looks like poor life choices. Is it a private joke or something? We'll never know why this person chose to get a tattoo of a Tide Pod along with the words forbidden fruit. And they are not the only one, unfortunately, with Tide Pods etched on their body forever. Like the Tide Pod challenge, getting tattoos of Tide Pods also became a trend, complete with the words forbidden fruit. On a lighter note though, it is surely a relief that the Tide Pod challenge is finally over and people are using the pods for doing laundry again, the job it was meant for. Number 7. Proofreading is a must. It doesn't matter if you like tattoos or hate them. You have to agree that proofreading is extremely important, especially when you are writing something permanently on your skin. But some people just don't think things through. What do you get when you combine an epic mistake with a motivational quote, regret, with a tattoo that says, "Never don't give up"? We wonder what this person was really trying to say. Either they need a lesson in grammar, or they're just tired of the word and want to give up. Either way, it does make for a funny tattoo. Don't you agree? Okay, what's the weirdest place on your body that you would like to get inked? Let us know in the comments below, and if you're liking this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe button if you haven't already. Number 6. Blah blah blah. Aliens, UFOs, and other spooky sci-fi elements can make some really interesting tattoos, but it all depends on what message you want to convey. When Jeremy asked his friend to create a tattoo design for him, he didn't expect that the resulting abomination was going to haunt him for life. The tattoo is a UFO with a tractor beam coming out of it. It might not look that bad from afar, but unfortunately, as you get closer, the details get a little clearer. On the tractor beam are the words blah 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 blah. And then what's more, in the tractor beam, there's a cow. What is that even supposed to mean? Aliens are abducting cows? And tractors? Jeremy said that it hurts so badly that he didn't even finish the tattoo. He initially wanted something meaningful to be written in the tractor beam, but told his friend to put whatever blah blah blah. And that's what he did. 20-year-old Jeremy thought it was a cool idea. Looking back now, the fact that the meaningless, unfinished tattoo that doesn't even look cool irks him. It might look like a drunk tattoo, but the fact that he was completely sober makes us question it even more. Number 5. Too inspired. It is quite common for people to use pictures of other tattoos as references. It can be a helpful idea because you'll know what the design looks like on skin. Plus, it might help the tattoo artist understand the positioning of the design better too. But references are references. They shouldn't be taken too literally. One tattoo fanatic picked out a near-perfection reference tattoo with crisp use of colors and seamless blending. The amazing execution of the fine lines and shading elevated the design. But the key to getting the same artwork is to choose your artist wisely. The reference tattoo was done on one side of the chest and extended to the shoulders and featured Batman's enemies. The inspired one was to be done on the arm. We are guessing that the tattoo artist didn't make any modifications to the original one because he added something he shouldn't have. While inking the villains on his client's arm, he also accidentally added the first guy's nipple too. What can be worse than having someone else's nipple inked on your arm forever? If you think this is bad, then stay tuned for the celebrity tattoo we have at number 1. Number 4. No boundies. Getting a tattoo is an important life lesson, and deciding to get one while you're drunk sounds like the perfect evening activity, doesn't it? This is only if you like regrets that follow. 31-year-old Danielle was out drinking with a friend when both of them decided it was time to break the monotony of their lives and spice the evening up by getting tattoos. They were sitting at the bar laughing and thinking about what they should get when Danielle said, "It's like we don't have any boundaries." And that's the moment she decided what she was going to get. The words, "no boundaries." Not so bad, right? The two found a tattoo shop, but unfortunately, the tattoo artist was also, no points for guessing, drunk. She told him she wanted a tattoo from the side of her breast to her hip with some stars on it too. The next morning she woke up and realized what she had done. Danielle texted her friend to tell her that she got an embarrassing tattoo that says, "no boundaries," and sent a picture. Pop came the reply, "You know that doesn't say no boundaries, right?" The artist missed the letters A and R, so the tattoo read, "no boundies." We can only hope the mistake can be redeemed in a cover-up or by adding the missing letters. Number 3. Chinese tattoo. Getting a tattoo in another language can instantly give you an edge, so getting words inked in different languages has become a very popular trend. Even common and basic words like hope and love look cool when done in a different language. In fact, it is so popular that many celebrities have gone with this time-tested tactic. For example, Justin Bieber has the word music tattooed on his forearm in Chinese. Justin Timberlake has the same tattoo as well. Angelina Jolie has the words determination tattooed on her arm in Urdu. The list goes on. So why shouldn't we common folks follow the trend? There's no harm, right? But it is important to understand that these are words and letters that you are tattooing on yourself, not designs. In the mindless days of foreign language tattoos, many people have fallen victim to getting meaningless bogus inked on their skin. One man was smitten by a Chinese encryption, which he assumed to be a fancy pattern. He went ahead to get this inked on his left arm. He probably was only thinking about how cool it was going to look, instead of checking what the words actually meant. Thanks to technology, we now know the bright red Chinese letters do not hold any ancient wisdom. They literally mean turkey sandwich. Well, the literal translation was actually meant to be Firebird sandwich. And that is exactly why you need to spend at least 10 minutes on your tattoo design before you finalize it. Number 2. Tattoo removal gone wrong. No, she did not make the list because of a bad tattoo. Instead, it was the tattoo removal gone wrong that scarred her for life. literally. 21-year-old Pasuta Rial had a large tattoo of 3 roses and leaves on her chest. She wanted to get it removed to look more professional at work. She would have never thought that the removal process would leave a bigger impact than the tattoo itself. She chose a chemical method where a mix of chemicals is applied to the skin. The laser-free method is applied that's supposed to bring the tattoo pigments out of the skin. It creates a scab that can be peeled off easily. Sounds a little too easy, doesn't it? Immediately after she began the treatment, her skin became itchy and started hurting a lot. 2 months after Rial got the procedure done, her skin had swollen up and caused, in her own words, torturous pain, not to mention the unsightly scar across her chest. It took a long time for the scab to come off. She described the whole process as torture. She couldn't even sleep because of the pain. After all that pain, was the removal worth it? Rial feels that the residual scar is worse than what she started off with, and she doesn't recommend the treatment at all. Do you know anyone that got a tattoo removed? What happened? Let us know in the comments below. And number 1, Japanese barbecue grill. Remember when we said how important it is to research the word you get tattooed if you're getting it done in a different language? Well, Ariana Grande fell down the same rabbit hole and made a hilarious blunder. After releasing her single 7 Rings, Ariana began 2019 with a tattoo of what she thought said 7 rings in Japanese. But it turns out the star made an ignorant mistake. The Japanese letters actually read Shichirin, which is a Japanese barbecue grill. That's something she definitely didn't want. The 2 letters separately mean 7 and ring, but when joined together, they have a completely different meaning, as pointed out by Ariana's Japanese fans. Soon after, she got it fixed, but now the tattoo reads Japanese barbecue finger. Another lesson in the book called Why You Should Choose Your Tattoos Wisely. Thanks for watching. Which tattoo do you think was the worst? Do you have any regrettable tattoos? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed it, be sure to hit subscribe for more. See you next time.